Perspiration high? You ripe? And the worst part, you smell like a bunya. Bunya. Hello and welcome. What the story say? Come on in. For those who are new here, I welcome you. You are so very welcome. Come in and sit down. Oh, I have new members. Thank you for coming and dropping by and enjoying the videos and the stories I'm telling. Those on YouTube, we are over 1,000. I think we're 1,050. Good, we're growing slowly. Kitty kata one for dollar. On Facebook, we are 6,000 plus. We're heading for 7,000. Maybe this year we'll go to 10,000. We will see. We're here. And this program has its people, and if you come, you are welcome. All are welcome. And I must say thank you for being such a good family, because I don't get drama in here. I'm not about that, and that's so good. You're free to tell me what programs you like and what you want to hear more about. I'll try to oblige. Sometimes I can't do it because I tell the stories organically as they come to me. I feel like I'm inspired to tell them. What comes out of my mouth is inspiration. I don't sit and plan a long time. If I have an idea and it keeps coming, I would pursue it. That's how this thing works. So we're telling stories. How you been? How 2025 start with you? Hey. I'm from Buxton, Guyana. I tell the stories, and to remind you, I tell our family histories, our whispered stories, our long lost and sometimes forgotten traditions. And like we say in my village, Buxton, a wahdihstoryseh. A wahdihstoryseh means, what does the story say? As a reminder, you have story, I have story, all have stories. Everybody has stories, and every body, physical body, has stories. And this is my research interest, story as methodology. I'm a cultural rhetorician, as I say, and I talk about how we come to be so we can understand ourselves and we can understand others through stories. Everything is story for me. So, my people, 1970, the 23rd of February, Guyana became a republic. I'm telling y'all, Guyana is a big woman. Retirement age big woman. Yes. If I were in Guyana, look, we've been done retire. But I'm in Japan, hey, I ain't retire. And tell ya something, I ain't intend to retire. Nah. To me, retirement does spell old age. Me wonder. It gonna come, but I ain't hurry for it. So, Guyana is a big woman. 55 republic. And I thought about the journey of Guyana. Have we looked at the journey of Guyana? The ups and downs, the ins and outs, and the development. And you see this Guyana? We Guyana, me Guyana, all of we Guyana. Guyana nice bad, you know. Guyana nice bad. Whenever me get a chance, me just go deliberately, me just go for Walker Village with me slippers. Forget dust for me foot. Me not them one who wear fancy shoes and socks and shoes and sneakers, and so me just wear slippers and sandals. Rain or fall all, because me want dot for me foot. Me want the land for me foot. Yes. And you see that like now, so? When people are chasing people from other people country, Guyana out his own. Out his name stringberry there. Yes. I can go home. Yeah. I always can go home. Even find that one coconut tree. And we Guyana da. Republic and all. So I'm thinking about I crack myself up. Hey, so I was thinking about development and maturation. How does that happen in people? Guyana is people, you know? And the people in Guyana go through certain things and certain practices so that they become big. And you ask, how you come so big? How you grow so big? And I started thinking about human development. I was talking to a friend and she said, yes, talk about that. I wanted to start at another place. I wanted to start with the menopause. But she said, no, go back and start from the prepubescent years. Those years between 8 and 12. They say girls reach puberty around 10 and boys around 12. Those numbers are changing because with this kind of food that they're eating or wherever in the water, these children are mature very, very early. So, I want to talk about that a little bit because there's some things to talk about. You know, life is not easy. And just like Guyana had been through his bumps and lumps as a part of maturation, people go through that. They mirror each other. So, yeah, what are we talking about today? Do you know there's a saying when you're growing up and you start to be very precocious and talk back and get attitude and make you and shrink your face and suck your teeth and mumble under your breath? They say you're smelling yourself. You're smelling yourself. Smelling yourself is part of the maturation process. Picnic or talk back. Did Guyana talk back? In what ways? In what ways? I'm going to try to go in and out, and I'm going to do a whole program just about Guyana and its development as a nation. So, let me talk about the people right now. So, in the age of maturation, what kinds of rites of passage we go through? What are some of the practices we endure or were a part of or are still a part of us that make us Guyanese? In certain sections of Guyanese society. I don't know how pervasive these practices are, but I could just tell you about in the village, my village, Buxton, and maybe they're the same in other parts of the country. Y'all talk because it's called wahdihstoryseh. So you bring your story, I bring my story, we bring my story. We get a tapestry of stories about the practices of Guyanese on this topic of this business of the prepubescent years and the rituals. Now, or rites of passage. Now, let us say you're smelling yourself. But do you know there's a literal smelling of the self in those prepubescent years? Yes. When you're there running wild, climbing tree, going and get guinea bird egg, tramping in the bush and the swamp, going up at the sea while say catching fish and foray and feeling for patois, climbing tamarind tree, eating monkey apple, interfering with sucking zeta and timber and all of that, and miss powder poos from the line top. All of that you've been doing, you're fine until one day the hammer fall. All of a sudden, when your granny gonna tell you how you smell so. Your perspiration high? You ripe? And the worst part, you smell like a bunya. Bunya is some kind of animal that's there back down. I tell me what I'm bunya. Me bunya not smell good. Me don't know why it's bunya. Me never see bunya. But they say bunya don't smell terrible. And they say you don't smell like bunya. I get one joke for you. We been at college, teachers training college, and two men been a quarrel. This one was a fancy lady. Not my cousin fancy lady, but this guy was gay. And one of them vamping, flaming gay. No aspersions, let me tell you, I like my gay people and my LGBTQ people. Them are the best. Hey, you talk about creative, me cousin Monty, but they call fancy lady. Me ain't give you away for nobody cousin. Bright and smart and everything. So, me ain't going there. But these two guys been a thing. But so when you see gay people, of course, it's a proper course. So, me hear the one I say, yes, you see, you've been using 7 dwarf cologne and one dead under your armpit, and the next one kill Burnham, and the other one going for height. Look, me nearly dead. Me laugh so tail. 7 dwarf cologne and one dead under your armpit, and the other one a fight with Burnham, and don't kill Burnham, and also for height. Let me tell you, me laugh so tail. Me say, nobody put it better than them. So I asked around, how did you deal with the prepubescent years and the smelling? What was it like for you? When did you first know about the smell or experience the response to your body odor? So one lady from Bachelor's Adventure told me she was by her uncle, and the uncle said, come, go home and tell your mother I'm smelling your sweat smelling. And she go home and she say, Mommy, Uncle Prince say, my sweat smelling. Well, she knew what to do. But this girl didn't seem to have no shame. She just reports what the uncle said. Not understanding that this is a change in her body, that she's changing. But she remembered the situation. How did you remember it? I asked another cousin. She said she used to sleep on the top bunk. And one night when she go up at the top bunk, she climbing up, she happened to raise her armpit. She whole armpit nearly killed she. She said, Jesus, what is She ripe. She said, oh, me armpits so stink. And me just done bathe. And powder on too. Listen, you know Guyanese can powder. For those of you who are Guyanese, let me tell you something. They just take the powder all here. You think they're ready for fry. Like fish. So she powdered everything. She said sometimes 2-3 times she bathed and she can't understand how this stink there under she armpit. And she said it's a stink that, oh, it gets her attention. And she mother would call she and say, you bathe? She said, yes, I bathe. And listen, sometimes some parents just doubt their children. They say, go on in the bathroom. They say, mommy, me don't bathe. All the time they've been bathing, go by yourself, you know. Because you know one time that's bathe you and scrub you good with coconut husk. Yeah, coconut fiber. Then they just let you go and hope that you can help yourself. And then one day them same people come and tell you, say, you bathe? Yes. Go back to bathe. And so then they sit down there because they think so you're not bathe. And then get some young people at that age, they not like bathe, they not like water tall. Talk the truth. They not like water, them body at all. I don't know what about this age, they don't want water. So the mother tell them, go on in the bathroom, they go bathe. And then sit down on a back step and I watch them in the bathroom. For those who are young and you don't know what the bathroom I'm talking about, let me explain bathroom to you. This is not an upstairs room. This is a little lean-to outside, just by the back door or the back step. For 3 walls and a door, or 3 walls and a plastic curtain, and you're there. And you get, if you get a tap in there, God bless you. But if not, you get a basin, a big basin, or a big bucket, or a barrel. You fill it with water. And you go in there and you take off your clothes and you get a bucket, a dipper, a calabash, or a bowl, or a cup, and you throw it on yourself. And you see the water cold, you got to ginch and you got to make up. You got to run so, and you throw it on yourself so you can enjoy the water because the water temperature low. And you put it on your soap, or you soap yourself till you're warm and then throw the water. That's how we just bathe. And you got to rub all your armpit and all your house and land. You got to wash front, back, before and after. You got to wash it good. And then they come out. And when you come out, they smell your armpit. And if the armpit stink, they got to do remedies for you. So they can get rid of bunya smell. That's how we just do bathroom. So they do different occasions. So my cousin say, she grandmother say, they got to use the home remedy. And the first home remedy was hot bread. Hot bread. They used to bake several times a week. I used to think they take the whole round bread, like this circular bread, so and put it on the armpit. I think my grandmother make my sister do that. I come to she story just now. But this cousin tell me, you take the bread and dig out the guts. I didn't know what's the guts. You take out the guts and you stick the guts under your armpit till your little sister asked she, we can't eat it. How you going to eat that? So I asked my cousin, when you take out the, when you hold it down and you hold it first, she say you hold it under your armpit till it cool. You take it as hot as you can get it. It cool. She said, but she's thinking it'll work. She said you put it under there and she said, wait, take it out and you smell and so, it stink. And that was one remedy, then try it and she. Another one say, go and get trench mud. But you know trench get their dog. So we're going to take trench mud for. You got to go and get the Baghdad mud. Clay. The idea is to get clay and put it like a mask under the armpit and let it dry and you're going to take out the scent. Y'all ever do that? Talk the thing. Me never do it. As me buy them, so me sell them. Good. So that was remedy number 2. First is hot bread. My cousin tell me that my cousin in her 70s, so I asked she, I said, what y'all used to do? She said, my auntie Sibyl used to get into bread. She says bread slice. She not use the guts, somebody slice. One slice under here, one slice under here, you hold it there until it cool, and that is the deodorant of the back in the day. Old time deodorant. Then, my sister now, my grandmother tell she say, she sweat smelling, she perspiration high. And then we saying that's the bunya smell. So my grandmother say, leaf. You got to get natural remedy. Pigeon peas leaf. Now this is moringa, but this is the example. Now use moringa for this. Moringa not for that. Moringa is Saijan. But this all I get. This is winter outside. Yeah, I see my snow there. Hey. I get a green nut now there. So this one here. So you get the green leaf and you're going to grind it up so. When you're in the bathroom, You're in the bathroom, you grind it up. Your skin already wet. And you take the leaf and your armpit and you start to rub it, so you massage it in the all crease there. All the creases. You rub it. And you not just rub it here, rub it all here. All here. So at that age, you don't got no boobs. You think you rub it here. So you rub it all day. And then you bathe. You left it on your body. It sit on your body like a barrier. My sister tried that one. My grandmother still, so she sweat high. So my sister now gets sensitive. I think that marks she for life. She traumatized by that same thing. The next thing my grandmother tells she, done a walk, enter the lime. Enter the lime. Now in the same bathroom now you got your bucket of water. You slice up the lime. You throw it inside. And if you don't got lime, you go and borrow two from your neighbor, lime leaf and all. And you grind it up so. You bathe, you take the lime and you take the slice and you rub it all under that. That one does burn. Sometimes the acid does burn people, so you gotta be careful. She used the lime. My grandmother still says she smell. She said, Lord of mercy. And what is now? My grandmother now, well, of course she applied the bread. Well, the bread make she got to stop this nonsense. Well, the other thing that is used, let me think there, is baking soda. Now baking powder, baking soda. This one here, you rub it on with your bathe, or you can put it on after you're done bathe, or you can put it in your powder. You know them talcum powder and them whatever powder you use, me no one copy brand name here. For the baby them, you put it inside, you shake it up, and you keep it just so, and you put it on your body. I had a friend, her family, they were curvy women. So the family used to send big container of baking soda from America and big box of talcum powder, and they used to put the baking soda in the powder and they must sprinkle themselves all over wherever sweat can accumulate and keep the smell down. You never smell she one day. Thing works. And deodorants are like that. So my sister, after my grandmother now apply the hot bread, my auntie come and the big intervention. She said, my mother, it's what you're doing. She said, this girl perspiration high. She said, my mother, stop that. And my auntie went and bought her deodorant for the first time. And that ended that. But it marked my sister to this day. She gave me permission to tell the story. To this day, she's sensitive about her arm. She not raise her arm too often. She's very careful about her arm and her body odor. We had a cousin named Cousin Jay. If he come by my grandmother, and he named J. Jeffrey, and he see me going somewhere, he said, young lady, come here. He very took him and went, come here. And then he said, stand up here, raise your arm. You raise your arm, you go, good. And you got to raise your arm and thing, and you say, you're all right, you can go now. But if you don't smell too good, he said, go back and change. Like that. Those are the ways the older people took care of us and help you with this condition that you're in, the stage you're in, where you're not even aware of anything. Now, who are the people who influenced your discourse or your encounters or experiences with the changing where you're smelling yourself? Did you know you were smelling, and what did they do? Another story, you know, when my friend had her situation with the smelling, she knew that this change was happening because she's going to become a young lady, as they say. And how did she know that? Her grandmother mentioned, you know, girl, you're going to be a young lady. They could see you growing. And she doesn't want to hear anything about it. She said, you know, you're going to be a young lady and you got to be careful. She don't want to hear nothing but that. But the village had two flamboyant auntie man. And them auntie man this, they know everything for talk everything. So they pass by the bridge and they stop at the street, at the bridge there, and they sit down and they're talking to these young girls about body changes and so on. And one of them introduced the book Thought for Teens to her. And when he had colognes and so on, little children, they get leftover in the bottle so she can smell nice. But that wasn't a remedy for the armpit, because you know they're going to make it worse. So he taught her all of that. So in this discussion of the rites of passage and maturation among females in some villages, like my village, the grandmothers are a part of that conversation. The mothers are a part of that conversation. Awareness of the young man or woman is part of the conversation, and the the knowledge about others in the community, like the two anti-bandim who are gay guys in the village who took it upon themselves to educate these young girls about that. They weren't mischievous or had, mal intent in their minds at all. They were upstanding young men. And they worked in the city, one worked in the city, and he did not hesitate to talk about the facts of life to this young woman. She didn't have a father in her life, and her mama and grandma were there. She was pretty safe, so she was able to give credit to him as part of her cadre of knowledge about others who help with our development. And just like that is a part of how we develop, I'm sure Guyana as a nation had these different knowledge about others and experiences that helped her on her journey to becoming a republic and the nation we are now. So, what's your story? What you got to say but that story? Tag the thing, and don't forget, what am I wearing? I'm wearing Dara Dara here today, and I'm wearing my own hair. Sorry the video got cut off, but thank you for watching. Click like, subscribe, and follow. Walk good.